You know what? This is absolutely hilarious. It seems like every single time I get ready to talk to you again, after I've done all my prep work and thought about what I want to tell you, I completely change my mind. So I'm going to once again scratch what I was going to tell you and totally change gears. That quote was from one of the dudes that is going to be participating in the very first 4-hour mob, and I didn't ask him for a quote. That was just something he randomly sent me and was beautiful, and that's exactly what I want to point out, is just how amazing the people are right around us, and we have no idea. It wasn't from some political figure or religious figure or author, which is where we usually look for and find incredibly deep wisdom in words, but from a young dude who works out next to you in class every single week. But you have no idea who he really is and what he has to offer. Now imagine what the possibilities could be if you got to know him and countless other people just like him that you see and can interact with in person every single week. If you just had the time, the place, and the opportunity to do it. If only something like that were made possible for us. Well, that's exactly why I created the 4-hour mob and the community, so that we can take all the best components of what you experience in class, which are motivation, drive, fear, failure, success, passion, achievement, camaraderie, fatigue, energy, and of course fun, and blow them out and apply them to every area of your life. Now imagine the possibilities for you and the people you love most. If you could just surround yourself with and interact with these people on a regular basis, in fact daily. If you're having trouble really seeing what the possibilities can be for you outside of class, I've had the great fortune of working with a young lady who, just like you, kills the TRX classes every single week. A young lady who truly personifies the diamonds that are within our arm's reach, and who has taken the principles she uses to destroy the TRX workouts and apply them to one of the most important areas of her life, which, whether you have kids or not, you're going to see just how powerful this can be. Now what you're about to hear is a small portion of an interview I had with your fellow TRXer, Lindsay Schluter, who on June 22nd this year began a 90-day project she had no idea was about to change her life and the life of her 2 children, Liam, who's 4, and Clara, who's 2. Now listen closely, because Lindsay's about to uncover several diamonds that if you really want to improve any area of your life, and not just with kids, you're going to write these down and figure out a way to apply it to yourself right away. So enjoy as you get to witness firsthand what this community will be able to do for you. So Lindsay, you and I have had the opportunity to talk about this experience and the possibility of this community, and more specifically we've talked about how you can take your experience in the TRX class in terms of how you're able to push yourself physically and the highs you get from that and blow it up and apply it to every other area of your life. And what you came up with is that you decided you want to be more present. So what is the question that you're asking yourself in terms of being able to actually be more present and take what you learn in the TRX class and apply it to your life, and specifically presence?
Who are the most important people in my life that I want to be present with? And immediately it's the kids. I had this experience. I was at the park and I was witnessing 2 different types of parents. And there were parents that were engaging with their kids and pushing them on the swing and catching them at the bottom of the slide and playing tag with them. And then there were the parents that were on the bench looking at their phone. Knowing that my kids, they grow so fast and change so fast. So being more present with my kids, that's something I definitely want to experience.
The challenge with that is, how do you know if you are? How can we tangibly gauge you being more present with your children?
So at the end of the day, I would hop on my laptop, and for each of them I had a document open, Clara, Liam, and would write just a little paragraph about something that I felt was noteworthy in some way. And sometimes it was something relating to something, super kind that they did. There were lots of very positive, very funny experiences. And sometimes there were very difficult things and hard days that was just you were way overtired today, here's our experience. So it was definitely a full spectrum, which is awesome because, you're present for the good and the bad. And so it was very representative of life in general, I'd say.
Over the 90-day period, you obviously had a ton of experiences with both kids. that you'd be journaling on a daily basis. So why don't you tell us a couple, maybe one from each, that really stick out in your mind?
One of the experiences I had with Liam that definitely sticks out was an experience that I feel really made the whole experience of the 90-day journal like unbelievably relevant, in terms of like I had this realization that I'm teaching them things every day and like imparting this knowledge and like trying to make them into amazing people, but they in so many ways are teaching me things. Like the number of times that like Liam's kindness was evident, like it's incredible. He is the kindest, most gentle, caring human being I have ever met.
And how old is Liam?
He's 4. I feel like I was not attuned to that as much as I am now. So I have a million stories. Another one was when we went to a cabin together, and so the kids are sleeping in this brand new room together for the first time, and put Clara to bed, and she's upset because it's this weird room, and what are you doing? Why are you leaving me in this room alone? As if I'm gonna fall asleep. And Liam was gonna go to bed after Clara fell asleep. We thought, oh, like once she settles down, then Liam can go in. And Clara kept crying and crying, and Liam said, maybe I'll go in. And so we opened the door, and Liam went in, and he said, it's okay, Clara, I'm here now. And then he hopped on the bed, and she stopped crying. And
wow.
So like, he's so sweet and thoughtful, and just like his presence was just like, yeah, that's all she needed. Like it was really sweet. But yeah, as well, like Clara's just so unbelievably brave. Like I can't believe the number of times that I've written, like, I guess it's just her personality, like it's different than Liam's, and Clara is so brave and so strong, and she in so many ways is like really pushing and encouraging Liam at the pool, just like so brave, just wanting to, like, I do mommy, like go away, like just let me swim, like all right, just trying to trust that she is gonna be okay and do what she wants to do. And like, yeah, she like dives underwater herself, she'll go down the slide like no problem, and jump off like all kinds of crazy high areas in the house, and I'm like, seriously? But yeah, so for sure, just this amazing awareness of both of their personalities. Their personalities are really still just developing, and like from the time that they are born to this point, like, man, there's so many influences on their personalities, and like it's so cool to be able to keep track of that on a daily basis and like witness it more. And when I was done the journals a couple of days ago, like it's now feeling extremely weird not to be writing. But 90 days, like you develop this habit. And so of course, like all the time now, like noting things in my head of like, oh, look what she just did. Like she's looking at the sunrise and calling me over, or yeah. And I think about things that I would write down. So yeah, definitely an ingrained habit now.
So next question for you. How do you see the experience you've had so far translating into all the other areas of your life?
I feel like one area of my life that I'm definitely kicking ass is like in the fitness area. Just like super devoted, like push myself hard, and a lot of it has to do with the community of people that are around me during my workouts. I really want to be able to say that I'm kicking ass in like every area of my life, and just having a community of people to talk about those things and give you ideas and ways to challenge yourself, and just be more aware of things that you want to accomplish in your life and what's important to you, and how to quantify things like being present with your kids. Like I would have never done that on my own, and just having somebody to talk about it with and suggest ideas, like it's totally transformed everything for me, for my relationship with my kids.
So looking back at your experience now and actually looking forward, how would you see that the community would help you in other aspects of your life?
I feel like I've only had like a small taste of like how this kind of thing can impact my life. It's hard when you don't have a ton of time to ever really talk with people. A lot of people have different groups of people in their life, and I definitely have, you know, a group of friends that I really love hanging out with. I have a great family. It's such a wonderful like opportunity to be able to kind of dive deeper into life and just like bringing meaning to life, like just going day by day by day by day and just like slogging through and getting by. Like there's so much more to it. When you see the people beside you doing like really killing it, like obviously like you say in class so many times, like yeah, that is a huge motivator. So having that kind of experience in other areas of my life, like, would be huge.
Looking again forward to what this community has to offer and taking into account what you've experienced already and taking into account how you feel when you're in class, if you could sum up this opportunity to be part of an experience like this for yourself and for others, what would you say?
The group mentality just inspires greatness. It brings this totally different element to your workout and totally new type of motivation rather than just, yeah, I'm doing this because I need a good workout. I really hope people can see the value of a group like this, because I've experienced what kind of an impact it can have on your life, and I feel like this is just like the tip of the iceberg, and I'm so pumped just to talk with people and just get below the surface level, because I feel like we can help each other. I just feel like there's so many people around me that can not only help me, but I can help them, and we are unaware of it.
So Lindsay really could not have ended it any better than that, because there's one thing I truly believe that she hit on right there. The first step in making any change is awareness. And not just awareness that there's something you want to improve, but much more importantly, an awareness of one of the guiding principles behind this community. And that is that you are not alone. Good people are hard to find, but they shouldn't be, because they're everywhere. Not only are they everywhere, but more importantly, they are right here and right now. So right about now, you should probably have some questions on your mind, which I'm going to address. First one is most likely, how do I become a part of this community? I'll get to that in a minute, because before you can become a part of the community, I really want you to understand what your responsibilities will be, so you have a really good idea of whether or not this is for you. First things first, the community kicks off with a challenge, the MOBB 60-day challenge. You thought 4 hours was a lot? 60 days is much more what I'm talking about. Beginning October 10th, should you choose to accept the MOBB 60-day challenge, you will have 4 daily tasks that you need to complete. The first task will be a physical challenge. The challenge will be short and sweet, typically around 2 minutes. But I know how much you like being pushed, so believe me when I say some of these 2-minute challenges will be just that, challenging. And you'll want to keep in mind that you're going to have some friendly competition along the way, so you may want to bring your A game every single time you do this challenge. On top of that, every day for 60 days, I'll be providing you with a lesson designed to challenge you just like I do in class, but this lesson will apply to one of the other areas of your health, your relationships, emotional and professional. Each lesson will end with a very powerful question that you will have to answer. If you want to improve the quality of your life, you need to improve the quality of the questions you ask yourself on a daily basis. Powerful questions lead to powerful answers, which lead to a powerful life. Task number 3 is to share your answer with the community. The community forum will be held in Facebook, so it'll be incredibly simple. I post a lesson daily, and all you have to do is enter your answer to that question as a comment directly underneath the lesson. This is so that everyone in the community can see your perspective and learn from what you have to offer, and perhaps even provide some further insight that will help you along your life's journey. Task number 4 is equally as simple. All you're going to do is you're going to take a couple minutes to go through your fellow MOBB 100 members' comments, choose one that really resonated with you, and take a moment to thank them by replying to their comments in a meaningful way that shares how what they've shared with you resonates. That's all there is to it. Review the daily lesson, share your answer to the question, learn from someone else, and acknowledge them, and of course, your short physical challenge. Can you imagine the impact this can have on your life if you keep this up for 60 consecutive days? I guess there's really only one way to find out, isn't there? So back to the original question of how to get involved. Obviously, I've been very selective on who can participate in the very first 4-hour MOBB, and that applies doubly for the community. That being said, only those who are truly committed to not only growing themselves, but helping others do the same will be invited to participate. If that sounds like you, then here are your options. On October 10th, you will begin your 14-day trial for the MOBB 60-day challenge. The 14-day trial will enable you to experience the community for 14 days, including all the lessons, group interaction, and challenges for just $47. But let me be clear on something. The trial is not just for you, it's for me and everyone else in the community as well to see if you're serious. What I mean by that is when the 14-day trial is over and for some reason you're not satisfied or this just is not for you, we'll refund your $47, no questions asked, on one condition. You've completed the daily tasks every day for 14 days. I'm sure you'd agree with the fact that if you're not willing to do the work, then you're not really ready for the results. Do the work, get the results, it's that simple. But if you do the work and don't get the results, that's on me, not on you, which is why I'm eliminating the risk on your behalf. I'm assuming, however, that after the 14-day trial, when you've gotten a glimpse of what this experience is going to be like for you, that you're going to want to toss your hat in the ring just like everybody else for the MOBB 60-day challenge. If that's the case, then you're going to need to be ready to follow through on these 4 tasks every day for 60 consecutive days. Sounds like a lot, I know, which is why I've made the lessons no more than 5 to 7 minutes long so that all 4 tasks combined can be completed in less than 30 minutes. That's right, 30 minutes a day. I'm going to ask you a very direct question right now. Is the quality of your life and the lives of those you love worth investing 30 minutes a day into yourself? That's a no-brainer answer, I know. So along with the 30 minutes per day for 60 days, what else are you going to have to invest? The MOBB 60-day challenge will require you to invest $497, which includes the $47 from the 14-day trial. Now, $497 may be a decent investment for some people, I get it. But to be brutally honest, I'm going to ask you that question again, just phrased a little differently. Is the quality of your life and the lives of those you love worth investing $497 into yourself? Trust me, I know some stuff may be coming up for you right now because that's how I feel when I'm faced with a difficult decision. I know this because I was faced with a similar dilemma not long ago when I was asked to fork over $1,000 US for a coaching program. And believe me when I say it wasn't an easy decision to make. Nor was it an easy decision to invest an additional $9,000 US in further training after I signed up for the original training. But you know why I did it? Because I was tired of telling myself that I was going to get my shit together but never actually doing anything about it. Did I fork over more than $10,000 US for some training? No, I didn't actually. I invested almost $15,000 in myself and in my family because I know we are worth it. So I seriously want you to think about whether or not you and the people in your life are worth 30 minutes a day and an investment of $497. And regardless of your answer, which is fine with me either way, I want to make this as manageable for you as I can because I know what you're going to be missing if you don't get involved here. Now, just like the 14-day trial comes at no risk if you do the work, so does the entire MOBB 60-day challenge. If you complete 80% of the challenge, yes, not 100%, but 80%, which translates to 48 days, and you still feel like your life hasn't dramatically improved in a tangible way that you can measure, I will refund 100% of your investment. So let's sum this up. The MOBB 60-day challenge begins October 10th, 2017. The challenge consists of 4 tasks you will complete every day for 60 days that will help you dramatically improve every area of your life. The tasks include reviewing your daily lesson, posting a response, commenting on another's response, and completing your 2-minute physical challenge. Which, by the way, like everything I do in class, will come with options for all levels of ability and intensity. To participate, you start with the 14-day trial at an investment of $47, which is fully refundable if you do the work but aren't satisfied. To complete the remainder of the challenge, you invest the remaining $450, which, like the $47 trial investment, is 100% risk-free. Now, to quote George Clooney from one of my favorite movies, Ocean's 11, I'm going to say this: you're either in or you're out right now. Like I said in the beginning, this will not be for everyone. But repetition being the mother of all skill, I'll ask you one last time before you make a decision. Are you and the people in your life worth investing 30 minutes a day and $497 to see what's possible for you? If you're willing to find out risk-free, then click on the checkout button to sign up for your 14-day risk-free trial right now. Actually, you know what? Scratch that again. I don't want you to think about how your life will improve throughout and after this challenge, because that shit usually doesn't cut it. I read somewhere a long time ago that it's not the things we do that we regret at the end of our lives, it's the things we didn't do that we most regret. For example, I regret not running in a few track events in high school because I was too scared. I regret lying to my ex-wife about how I was really feeling, which ultimately ended our marriage. I regret never having taken my dad out for a beer before his unexpected death. I never took my dad out for a beer once. We never went out to chill. We never went to a movie. We never sat down and had that father-son talk that everybody's supposed to have. So many things like that, and I really regret never having taken an opportunity to do that. And I also regret not taking the leap to pursue my passion sooner in life. But you know what? What I don't regret for even a fucking second is putting myself out there to lead other people in classes and now out of class by being the real me. But I never could have done that had I not been part of a community that changed my entire life. Now you're being given that opportunity right now as well. I can't tell you that it's the right opportunity for you, and I'm not going to try to convince you that it is. I'm going to do what I have always done and will always do. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself what you'll be saying if you pass this opportunity up. I'm glad I did, or I wish I had. Only you can know the answer to that. Either way, I want you to know that I'm here to support you any way I can, and most importantly, that you are never alone. We would love to have you as a part of this community, because I know the value you would bring and the value you would receive. One final question for you. The other day I was completing what is known as my Core 4, 8 daily tasks to make sure I'm killing it in all aspects of my world. As I tracked them down, I realized why I'm doing it now so consistently when I wasn't doing it consistently before, or for the first 37 years of my life for that matter. I realize what's different now. I know I'm worth it. I know I'm worth the investment of time and resources into myself. At the end of the day, I know I am fucking worth it. So my question to you is this: are you worth it? Are you worth the investment in yourself? I know you are. So click the checkout button and sign up for your 14-day risk-free trial now, and let's get this started. Let's get you started kicking ass in every area of your life, not just your workouts.